it's Marty Fraser again from Stone Success Realty. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about buying a house, some of the players involved, and what some of those upfront or closing costs will look like as you plan to buy that house. So when I first connect with a buyer, one of the things that I want to do with them is I give them my buyer planning guide. It's a one-page document that goes over the following things that I'm going to itemize. It tells you approximately how much you can expect for that service, when it's due, and these are often referred to as the closing costs or any of the upfront costs. What I want to do is I give this to people right up front because, again, they might be a first-time buyer, or maybe it's been a few years since they last bought and sold a home, because I don't want there to be any surprises going forward. So first thing I'm going to tell a buyer to always do is go and meet with their mortgage broker or their bank. This person is going to ask them for their personal financial information, help them establish how much they can afford for their mortgage. The other thing that it will also uncover is sometimes buyers do have some, bruised credit, and they're going to give you some strategies on how you can improve that credit or get a better profile going forward. The mortgage broker, they're generally paid a fee by the lender, and the bank professional is generally paid a salary by the financial institution they work for. So for you, the buyer, there aren't really any upfront costs. Another thing that a buyer needs to plan for is the Ontario land transfer tax. So that's on a tiered schedule, and what I always tell buyers is Google Land Transfer Tax Ontario and put in the approximate purchase price that you're looking to spend, and it'll spit out what that fee is. That fee is due at the time you purchase, and you're going to provide that money to your lawyer to submit to the Ontario government on your behalf. Now, there is one caveat to this. Right now, anybody purchasing before January 1st, 2017, they're entitled to, as a first-time buyer, a $2,000 rebate. And again, first-time buyer after January 1st, 2017, they're entitled to a $4,000 rebate on this figure. So those items max out on a purchase of $227,500 for the $2,000. Then after January 1st, 17, a purchase of $368,000 will maximize that $4,000 rebate. Another item that we should also consider is when you're looking at a resale home, there could be a home inspection involved. Home inspections typically vary in price depending on the size of the dwelling. One should expect anywhere between $400 and $600 plus HST for this, and it's payable at the time the service is performed. If it is a rural property, one should also plan for a septic inspection, well inspection, water quality testing. These may vary in price, and again, we should get a quote from those service providers at that time so you do have an accurate figure. Any real estate transaction requires the service of a lawyer. So buying and selling each require a lawyer. Generally, their fees are anywhere from about $1,000 to $1,500 plus HST. When you're purchasing, there might be a little bit more there, as most buyers are going to get title insurance. And again, the lawyer fee, they may ask for a part of a retainer up front, but the balance will be due just at the time you purchase the home as you bring them your closing costs. Another item that somebody might expect if they're purchasing a condo is called a status certificate. A status certificate generally costs between $100 to $150, and it's provided by the property management company. It includes all the condo rules so that you're well aware of them before you purchase, and it also has the financial information associated with the condo corporation. Those will be reviewed by your lawyer to ensure that it is a stable entity and provide you with the information knowing you're making a sound purchase. They do have up to 10 business days to provide this, and again, the balance of that is due at the time you get the status certificate. Deposits. Here's something else we need to plan for. So once we have an accepted offer in place, we need to provide the listing brokerage a check for the deposit, which is then credited towards the final purchase price. My rule of thumb here is we should generally associate $1,000 worth of deposit for every $100,000 of purchase price. So a purchase price of $400,000, we're going to have a deposit of about $4,000. If it's $600,000, maybe we should have $6,000 earmarked there. We may put a little bit more down if we're in a multiple offer situation and we want our deposit to look strong, but that's generally my rule of thumb there. That fee is due, or that deposit is due 24 hours following an accepted offer, and again is credited towards the final purchase price. Last item on my list here is the moving cost. So when people are first starting out, sometimes they're going to get somebody's, pickup truck, minivan, employ their friends and family, and they're going to pay them with pizza and beer. But the next stage is maybe you need to get yourself a small truck, rent that, and again, use friends and family to move you from A to B. The last instance is where, you've got a regular household that you need a full-size truck. You need to employ a crew of 2 to 4 people. In this case, you're going to call and you're going to get a quote from a couple different moving companies, because you're probably looking, into the high hundreds, even to the thousands of dollars, depending if you're just moving across the city or maybe a move across the province. So this should give you a general idea of all the parties involved, the upfront costs, those fees. So again, the purpose here is to give you an idea, the buyer, of what you should be aware of so that there are no surprises when the process starts. So these are my thoughts. My contact information is on the screen, and I'd love to hear from you on this or any other real estate topic when the time is right. Please feel free to leave a comment and/or subscribe to my YouTube channel.